welcome back to another episode of Star Trek, Picard Season 3 Episode 10 Review, The Last Generation. The Star Trek, Picard series finale sticks the landing in every way that matters. Warning, spoilers ahead, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Everything excellent has to come to an end. Everything, including the things we might hope wouldn't. Look, if you haven't been enjoying the intentional fan service of Picard Season 3, you probably won't enjoy this conclusion all that much either. It shoots a laser-like aim straight for the heart of anyone who adored The Next Generation and its characters. Yes, there are some plot holes and shortcuts, but in my opinion, The Last Generation lands on its feet almost every time. The ultimate showdown between the Borg and the assimilated Starfleet Armada is a spectacle, peppered with the kind of action movie hero moments from the 1990s that exist solely to amuse viewers. Seven addresses her motley new Titan crew in her captain's speech. The unexpected tactical prowess of Beverly Crusher using photon torpedoes. Swords are just more entertaining, so Worf declines to employ phasers in combat. However, as has been the case for the majority of the season, the hour's most touching scenes are those that are based on the long-standing friendships of the Enterprise's legacy crew. The upshot is a climax that feels completely deserved and intensely rewarding since we love these people as much as they love one another. In light of these circumstances, Picard is aware that the intricacies of its finale aren't all that crucial, yet it still manages to largely tie up its bigger tale in a satisfactory manner. The show definitely performs better here than it did in any of its prior season finales. Does Jack Crusher's assimilation and rescue in particular, including his newfound capacity to overthrow Borg rule, really work? Not completely. However, Picard thoroughly embraces the corny sentiment of the situation, and Stewart and Ed Speleer sell Jean-Luc's determination to finally put his son before everything else he has previously put before things like family. To the episode's credit, The Last Generation also had some really tense moments, despite the fact that we were all pretty sure going into it that none of our favorite characters from The Next Generation would experience anything truly terrible. The fates of some people did, however, make me truly anxious at times. This was especially the case when Riker and Picard received the standard "tell your loved one how much they mean to you just in case" treatment on the Borg cube. Riker repeated the action. But happily, this isn't a depressingly grim science fiction story. Instead, it's a comforting reminder that love is still humanity's greatest triumph. In another tale where the two main characters just so happen to be engaged in a telepathic relationship that conveniently enables them to follow each other's emotions while they are both in dire straits. We cherish love. The episode's fast resolution of the Borg invasion threat may be the most shocking aspect of the Picard finale. Although The Last Generation has a length of more than an hour, the final quarter of the episode is primarily focused on giving us a few final moments with our favorite characters and figuring out what's next for everyone, possibly creating an unforeseen offshoot in the process. The Enterprise D is delivered by Geordi to the Fleet Museum, where she receives honorable mention alongside the other vintage Starfleet vessels and a proper farewell from the three men who cherished her most. This features a reference to the debut episode of The Next Generation. During sessions with Deanna, Data expresses all his new big feelings in great detail. The Troy Rikers are preparing for what will probably be their first family vacation since being forced to relocate to a planet they both reportedly actively despise due to their son's condition. Of course, everyone bombs out simultaneously at 10. Forward serves as a constant reminder that these are the kinds of relationships that, once more, will last long after the series' closing credits by playing poker and repeating Julius Caesar like it's the good old days. It's really touching and sweet, and it may be everything any of us could have hoped for from the conclusion of this series. If indeed that is what it is. Even though Star Trek, Picard is finished, there is still a lot of story left to be told in this part of the Star Trek universe, if the credit sequence from the finale is any indication. As most of us probably predicted, Jack Crusher joined Starfleet and is given a position on the recently renamed Titan, now known as the Enterprise G in honor of Picard, under the command of her new captain, 7 of 9. Sorry, Enterprise F, that one picture of you last week was a doozy, at least. Although there hasn't been any official confirmation that she and Raffi are back together, if anywhere hope springs eternal, it's on this show. Raffi is her first officer. The unexpected event that not only reverses the Season 2 death of Q but also seems to have extended his original infatuation with Picard to his son is the immensely welcome return of John Delancey as Q with surprisingly excellent outerwear. Surprisingly, I don't hate it. Yes, the one-year time jump to what seemed to be happy families with Jack, Beverly, and Jean-Luc rushes us past all the painful and essential emotional work that must have been required of the group to get to this point. And please don't judge me, but I'm viewing the complete absence of any mention of Laris as a positive omen for the Picard-Crusher relationship. I'm intrigued to see where it all might go next, though, because it seems to be such a logical continuation of the Picard universe. After all, there is a huge demand for a Star Trek Legacy series. After all, Picard Season 3 hasn't taught me anything other than the fact that, if you really want something bad enough, sometimes the seemingly impossible can happen. But if this truly marks the end of an era and our time with the cast of The Next Generation is finished, I'm glad this was how they were able to part ways with us and that we all had the opportunity to be there. Thank you for watching. Thank you.